not going to be something completely different. It's still in the Power studio, but what it is it is basically America's Got Talent with wrestlers. Basically, this is going to be superstars that you haven't seen before. These are all indie talents. They're up-and-coming wrestlers. They're all competing for an NWA contract. There's loads that I can tell you about this. Actually, there's probably a lot I shouldn't tell you, but there's loads I can tell you about this because I did get sent the matches early, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about when. We're going to talk about when I first heard about this. We're going to go through it all, okay? So we're going to do that. Before we move on, hello everyone, by the way. I hope everyone is well. But before we move on, I've got to give I do it every time, and it's never going to stop, but I've got to give a shout out to This Is the NWA podcast. I did feel sorry for them because they were just doing a great stream. I absolutely love those guys. And obviously there's a lot of our supporters over there. So they were talking about this stream, and they were talking about the fact that they'd seen that we were in the trailer for this, which is crazy. They have actually included us in the trailer. So there was a lot of talk over there. So shout out to those guys. It was a great little stream that they do before. They bring guests on and stuff before, but after they do a full post show. And honestly, you already know. It's the place to be. If you want to know about NWA, that's the place to go. This is the NWA podcast. So I saw many of you over there. Jake Wrestle News, I saw you over there. Dave in real life, I saw you as well. I saw Jason Peace over there. I saw Callum Jess over there. So a large part of our community go there and then move over to here. It's absolutely awesome. It's so great to see. Hello to Lucas Wrestling News. Shout out. Oh, LSW Whisper out for you. There you go. A little whisper in, whisper out. This is the NWA podcast. Brilliant podcast. I actually had it on my phone over here whilst I was setting the stream up. Yeah, had it over there. So that's why I'm the same. I want to get this out the way because Adam actually said something I thought, well, he said many things I thought was interesting, but he was saying that he doesn't like to answer too many people in the chat here because he's worried about taking it over, and that's exactly what I try to do. There's a lot of people that always say hello, and I'm not ignoring you, the people that say hello to me, but I really don't want to take over that chat. I know Adam is looking for questions and things over there to do with the NWA, so I try to think of any questions that I might have. Of course, this is a bit of a bizarre week because I kind of know what we're going to see. So, it was kind of a little bit tricky to think of a question for this week. That's why I try to stay out the way, because I really I'm a fan. I'm tuning into that to listen to what Adam's got to say about the NWA. So, I love it. I love the show. But, Adam, please feel free to talk about This Is the NWA podcast in the chat. I know the community won't mind because a large part of them watch you anyway. And I promise you, I don't mind either. So feel free to, do whatever you want to do, dude. Because I am a genuine fan of what they're doing over there. So shout out everyone. I hope everyone is okay. Let's talk briefly, quickly about the layout. Slightly different layout, not too drastically different, but kind of spruced up a little bit. I'm kind of feeling this for the NWA streams. I think it feels quite nice. Might make the chat a bit bigger and whatnot, but I think it feels quite cool. We've done a little bit of painting and decorating. That's what we've done. We've done a little bit of painting and decorating. I've got the old America's Got Talent behind me. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to be buzzing because it is just a still image. but it's still there. And I put that up because that's what this is. This is America's Got Talent for wrestling, right? Now, I said at the start, this is going to take place in the Power studio. I don't want anyone to think that this has been recorded somewhere else. It hasn't. This is still in the Power studio. You've still got Orange Santa in the crowd. You've still got Mr. Rotella in the crowd. You've still got Gary Horn and Aldis in the crowd as well. I don't know if NWA Kid is there or not, but let's say she is. NWA Kid's in the crowd, right? So you've got all the fans that we know and love. They're all still in the crowd. It's still in the Power studio. The only difference is that you won't know the superstars. But over the weekend just gone, right? I think it was Saturday night. I think it was just before the UFC stream. NWA actually got in touch with me. Just sent me a direct message on Twitter. They got in touch with me. And they were just like, look, you know, we're doing this Circle Squared this week. And we're trying to bring in, like, you know, some YouTubers and bloggers and just different people to share their thoughts. Would you like to watch a couple of the matches? So I don't know how many matches we're seeing. I can tell you I've seen 2. Okay, I've seen 2 matches. So if we get 2 matches tonight, chances are I've seen them both. But I've seen 2 matches. I got sent them on Saturday night, literally just before the UFC stream. I couldn't even do any reactions to them or anything until the Sunday. It was that late. So don't think that I've known about this for a long time. I haven't. Literally Saturday night, late Saturday night was the first anyone got in touch with me. Sunday was when I actually watched the matches before the NXT stream. I actually watched the matches, recorded my reactions, sent them over to the NWA. Next thing I know, there's a trailer that's come out, and one of my reactions, a little moment of my reaction, has featured in that. Along with loads of people, Gary Horn from This Is the NWA podcast. I know that he is in that as well. I was hoping to see Mr. Rotella in there, but I'm not sure if This Is the NWA podcast have used Gary and got Gary doing it rather than Adam or something. But yeah, there was a few faces in there. NWA Kid I noticed as well. So as I said, you know, there was a few people that I recognised in that trailer that I saw for the first time when someone sent it to me yesterday, I think it was. On Twitter, so I didn't know about that either. So what I can tell you about the matches, I'm not going to tell you who's in them because they're spoilers. Yeah, I want you to enjoy it just like I enjoyed it when I first saw them. So I'm not going to give anything away. Don't worry about that. What I am going to say is it's good. It's really good. The way they've done it is really good. I was talking about this yesterday. You might think that this is going to be Barry Black Pants taking on, you know, Johnny White Trousers, yeah, and it might just be like really dull, and you might not. It's not. These people have got characters, personalities. They cut promos. They do matches. There's a lot to talk about. There's going to be like the post show for This Is the NWA podcast is going to be really, really interesting. And what I really like about this is normally you would go into this show thinking, okay, well, I already know this about Nick Aldis. I already know that about Thunder Rosa. I already know this about where they're going with that story. And I kind of know what they're doing with question mark. You don't know anything about tonight. You don't know anything. I mean, I think the only thing they've announced is maybe a couple of teams that are involved. I'm just going to leave it up to when they actually come walking out. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. I don't know if I've seen it all. I don't know. And I will be honest with you guys. Yeah, I've seen 2 matches, as I said. Both clips that I saw, I think I haven't seen it all because I've seen 2 clips and both clips were around about 10 minutes. There was a tag match and a singles match. And both clips were around about 10 minutes. Well, there's no way that this is only going to run for 20 minutes. So there's sure to be matches that I've not seen. So I'm really looking forward to it. And in fact, actually, I can see on the title, it says PJ and Luke Hawx versus Dean and Neil. PJ and Luke Hawx versus Dean and Neil. I can tell you that PJ Luke Hawx, again, this is the NWA podcast, just touched on it. They are the people you might have seen on Twitter that did that. The kid, PJ, was the one that jumped off the shopping mall balcony and went like down into the ring in the shopping mall. That was like doing the rounds on Twitter about a week ago. That is this tag team, PJ and Luke Hawx. So you're going to actually see them, hear them, watch them wrestle. And this is the most important thing. Make up your own mind. This is so interesting because you're gonna see them do promos, matches, their ring gear, the way they carry themselves, their psychology, their movesets. Like, you're gonna see all of this stuff, yeah? And I still don't know how or who decides who gets a contract or not. I've got no idea. So literally all I did was give my reactions to the match, the promo. That was it, and then it cut off. So I haven't seen the whole episode. I've seen 2 matches. Both clips were 10 minutes long. Yeah, I'm really interested to know, like, do we get to vote? Is there going to be a poll on Twitter, or I don't know. I'm really, really excited to find out. And I've already in my mind, out of them 2 matches, I know the team that I would take, and I know the singles guy that I would take as well. The singles person and the team, I already know who I would take. I already know the reasons why I would take them, and I'm kind of looking forward to sharing my thoughts on it. So this is what I'm saying. This is the NWA podcast after this stream. Once Circle Square finishes, I really would recommend you go over there, because I think there's going to be a lot to talk about. More than normal, actually. More than normal, as we all like share our thoughts about what we're seeing. So I'm really into this. Having seen the 2 matches, I'm genuinely into it. I think it's a really good idea. I think it's been done really well. And I'm pumped, man. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. Right, we've been chatting, or I've been chatting for about 14, 15 minutes. Let's jump into the chat, see what people are talking about. Callum Jess says, Wrestling Days is on America's Got Talent. I know. I have no idea what my talent would be. If I went on to America's Got Talent, I'd have to break out the old dance moves again that we were doing yesterday, and just kind of hope that I could get through that way, because I do not have the voice of an angel. I cannot get into a small box. I can't juggle knives. Yeah, so I don't know what I could do. Days, are you streaming backstage? Sadly not, no. We tend to do it when there's something major, and I think this week they've got Keith Lee and Mark Henry, so it doesn't really feel like it's going to be major. I might watch it, I might not. To be honest, I really want to get stuck into that Ruthless Aggression network series that's on the WWE network. I really want to get stuck into that, so that's kind of on my radar to watch that. I don't know, if I'm up and it's on, then I might check it out, but I've just got a feeling that this week's a little bit skippable, so no, sadly not. Days, I'm going to go to a dog show. Do you know what? I cannot believe, I know a lot of you won't have seen this last week, but it was actually this time last week. We watched the dog show, the Westminster dog show. We didn't just watch that. WWE Backstage was on straight after. I cannot believe how that winner, the dog that won, has been everywhere everywhere. Like, I was watching a clip of Stephen Colbert, because I like to watch some of the late night, like, American talk shows. So, you know, watch, like, James Corden, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert. Just kind of watch the late night talk shows, see what guests are on, stuff like that. The very first thing he opened with was this dog that won the Westminster Dog Show. And then earlier today, I was watching Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. He opened with the dog from the dog show. So this dog now is like one of the biggest stars. It's like the Billie Eilish of the dog world. So, and it was the wrong dog that won as well. But don't get me started on that, yeah? Justice for Vinny. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, justice for Vinny. I've just seen Project WCW. Love. My love for This Is the NWA podcast has been very, very well documented, okay? It'll never change. Like, literally, they could spit in my face and I'd still love them, right? But my love for Project WCW as well. I'm not sure if that's quite as well documented, but make no mistake. If you are on Twitter and you want to learn about the history of wrestling, like really get stuck into some really fascinating articles, I mean, I learn a lot. I learn a lot when I read their articles. They're just on their website. They just post links, free to read. Just, do you know what I mean? Like, here's all this awesome information for free. I cannot stress it enough. Can't recommend it enough. So, Project WCW. If you go to the Wrestling Days Twitter account, then, of course, you'll see links to This Is the NWA podcast. You will also see a few links on there to Project WCW. I actually retweeted one of their articles earlier today. Whilst I'm remembering as well, happy birthday to Tim Storm. Tim Storm, it is Tim Storm's birthday today. I believe he is about 24. I'm not too sure. But Tim Storm, Mama Storm's baby boy, it is legitimately his birthday today. Days, did you hear that Matt and Vince had a big backstage blowout? No, I did not. And I've heard that Vince hasn't been going to the shows, so that's kind of surprising if they have. I'm not sure I would believe that, to be honest. I don't know. Sonny Wolf says, I love Colbert, Stewart, Oliver, and Noah. Yeah, well, I mean, look, he built that arc, didn't he? And nothing but respect, because he didn't have long, and then he had to get 2 of each animal. So, I'm not going to lie, little bit strange that you've put him in with Colbert, Stewart, and John Oliver. Just chucked Noah in there as well. But, hey, you've got to give respect where it's due. You've got to give respect where it's due. Without him, we wouldn't have had the film Evan Almighty. And that's a great film. Do you know what? You can say what you want. That's a great film. Days, I just tweeted you. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for that information. I can't wait for the Fury fight. Tim Storm turns 24 today. I know, incredible. He looks so young. I think he uses like Mama Storm's moisturizing cream to stay so young and virile. So shout out to Tim Storm, who legit is a great guy, isn't he? He is one of my favorite stars on Power. I really like him. He's great in the ring. I actually didn't know about him before Power, and I'm kind of a little bit ashamed to admit that, because he is a former NWA champion, but before Power, I think the NWA was not in the best of places. I really do think that 2019 was like such a big year for them. I think it was their 70th anniversary, was it? 2019? And then also you had the Crockett Cup as well. Then you had the start of Power. I think they were just coming off of All In and the whole Cody, Nick Aldis thing. Really before that, I think they were in the wilderness. I mean, really until Mr. Corgan bought them, you know, they were, I didn't know anything about, well, I of course knew about the NWA, but what I mean is I didn't know where they were operating anymore, who was on the roster, who the champion was, how regular the shows were. I didn't know anything. I'm kind of a bit of ashamed to admit that because of the rich history of the NWA. The NWA is wrestling, you know, so, man, I know about them now. I certainly know about them now, and so do many, many other people, so I'm hoping this tonight is going to be another step forward, you know? I mean, could you imagine if we have Power on a Tuesday, Circle Squared on a Thursday, and they just both run at the same time? 2 NWA shows each week. It'd be epic. It'd be absolutely epic. Days, Matt could appear on AEW as early as March 4th. British Bulldog is overdue a Hall of Fame induction. He is. Loving that news that came out today. British Bulldog, according to Dave Meltzer, is going into the Hall of Fame. And of course, we saw his son in WWE recently on the bump. Yeah, really exciting. Really exciting. Did you know the day before SummerSlam 92, the Bulldog was on crack? I didn't. I mean, I didn't know him personally, and I wasn't around watching wrestling at the time, but I've actually heard a lot about that match. Bret Hart does a big interview on it, and I can't remember where I've seen that interview. But I've seen Bret Hart talk at length about SummerSlam 92, and it is fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. Bret Hart had to do all the work in that match. All of the work. Apparently, at one point in that match, British Bulldog is completely out of breath. He can't remember the rest of the match. I think he says something like, I'm screwed. I've forgotten it all. I can't remember. And Bret Hart has to kind of walk him through the rest of the match whilst they're having the match. And it turns out to be one of the best matches of all time. I love that match. I love that event. Incredible. I could sit here and just swoon about it, but let's not. Days, do you know if there's any women tonight? I don't. I can tell you of the 2 matches I saw, it wasn't women. It was a tag team and it was a males singles match. But as I was saying, they sent me 2 clips on Saturday. I didn't get a chance to watch them until Sunday. And it was 2 clips. One is a male tag team match, which, as you can see from the title, PJ and Luke Hawx versus Dean and Neil. Not the most terrifying names in the world. This is Dean. This is Neil. So Dean and Neil. And then we got a singles match between 2 guys. But as I was just saying, there's no way that those 2 matches are going to take up all of Circle Squared. There's no way, because Circle Squared is obviously going to be, well, I'm guessing an hour, because it's replacing Power. It's replacing the Power Hour. So, yeah, I'm hoping we see some lovely ladies. Days, who will be Drew's first challenger after Mania? Let's not look too far ahead, dude. I think there's a good chance that he wins, but I'm not going to book too far into the future. So at this stage, I'm going to say I don't know, because I'm focused on WrestleMania, and I'm not really going past that at this stage. Days, do you think that Jinder could be the first challenger? I don't know. I don't know. Let's say yes, if it makes you happy. I'll go with yes. Sethy Mother Flippin' Rollins, the Tuesday Night Messiah, says, Days, this past weekend. By the way, can we all just acknowledge the fact that my voice is now pretty much gone? It was going yesterday, and it seems to be failing me even more now. Days, this past weekend at Astronomoon. What? Astronomicon? What is going on? This past weekend at Astronomicon 2020, February 7th to 9th, in my state, they had 5 wrestling guests from WWE and NWA. Okay, they had. I thought you was talking about stars. I thought, like, we've got stars on screen right now, and I thought you might be, like, an astronomer that's just completely got the wrong impression. Like, you might be here thinking we're about to do a watch-along of constellations or something. I don't know. We're not. We're watching wrestling. But, because I didn't know what Astronomer Con was. But apparently, they had Lita, Boogeyman, Alexa Bliss, Allysin Kay, Marti Belle. Very, very cool. Very cool, dude. Ready for the countdown clock dance. Oh, man, I could turn the... Oh, could I... Yeah, I could take the... I think we can do that. We can do that. Daze, did you like the thing I sent you with a circle square on Twitter? Yeah, this is weird, right? I actually started a conversation on Twitter that ended up blowing my own mind. The question was, what is a circle squared? Is it a circle or a square? It's a simple question. What is a circle squared? Like, if you've got a circle and you squared it, it becomes a square. But if you've got a circle, yeah, and if you square something, you times it by itself, okay? So circle squared is actually circle times circle. So one circle times one circle equals one circle. So is it a square or a circle? What is a circle squared? And amazingly, someone sent me kind of an answer. Apparently, it is impossible to square a circle. Like, Greek philosophers discovered that you cannot square a circle. It's impossible. I don't want to get into the details of this, okay? I do not want to get into the details of it. All I'm going to say, if you Google it, can you square a circle? The answer is no. It's impossible. So tonight, the NWA are going to do the impossible. Tonight. That's what they should start with. Tonight, the Greek mathematicians said that it couldn't be done. But the NWA can do it! Welcome to the Circle Squared! Ah, it'd be so good. And if I had a voice, that would have had even more impact, I tell you. Ask the question mark that question. Oh, I bet he knows the answer. Sonny Wolf is confused. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hashtag mathematician days. Rob just shouted, what is he going on about? I'll tell you, Rob, what I'm going on about is maths. Maths. That's what I'm going on about. That's why we're here, isn't it? We're here to learn about maths. So, oh, hello. So, Bandy Jacobs has said, I want Wrestling Days to come to my house. Let's answer it. No thanks. No thanks. Bandy, I hope you're here, because I am only joking. But I did like the fact that you've just tweeted on the official NWA, I want Wrestling Days to come to my house, and I've just replied, no thanks. Oh, God, I really hope Bandy is here, otherwise I'm going to feel awful. I mean, not that awful, because I also found it funny. I can't... Ah, brilliant. Woodland Goblin says, I can't listen to Wrestling Days. He is obnoxious. I'm getting haters now. Amazing. That's why I tune into the NWA, to attract haters. Right, let's skip this because I think we are going over to the dance. Here we go. Hang on. I wanted to do this the other day. How do I do? Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. No. Filters. Okay, hang on. Come on. Ah, stop counting down. Right, hang on. Ah, no, that's not gone far enough. Right, here we go. Nice. I kept it quite... Oh, whoa! What's this? Ah! Let me in. Oh, I've gone Santa. I've gone full on Santa. Santa days. Santa days. Oh, this is the best. This is the best. I've got to turn this down. Oh, he's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out. Oh no, I'm see-through. Oh, I'm like the Invisible Man. Oh, maybe Wrestling Days passed away a while ago. How amazing is this? On my screen, the second screen, I look like Santa. Whoa, how about that? That is freaky, isn't it? That is freaky. Oh, I feel like I'm speaking to you from like beyond the grave. Oh, hello, William. Patrick Corgan. Hang on. Oh my God. Hang on, I've got to... Oh no, I can't change it back. I can't change it back. Oh no, I can't. Oh, I can't. How do you change it? I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Okay. I've gone. Oh no. I've messed this right up now. I don't even know where I am. Oh no. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. It's going to be a new series. Okay. Oh God. Right, hang on. Okay, there we go. Yes. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh no. Oh, I've messed this up. I've messed it up. I don't know if that's right. Okay. Oh, I tell you what. That was stressful. I still don't think it's quite right, but... Oh, I feel sick. Right. Okay, let's go back. Wrestling Days is depressed. He looks so negative. That is from the question mark. Oh. Right, let's not do that again. He has risen. Right, here we go. You haven't missed anything, don't worry. Oh, they're going to announce where the 2020 Crockett Cup is going to be. Hit that subscribe there to them. And to me. To them as well. Here we go. Debut episode. Yay! NWA Kid! Gary Horn! Gary Horn! Gary Horn! Gary Horn! Na 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 na. Gary Horn! Gary Horn! Gary Horn! Na 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 na. My voice is gone. My voice is gone. Yeah, good to see I've changed my t-shirt as well, isn't it? Hey, Sean. Talent from all over the globe. Yep. It's cool, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be cool. Days, you looked like my internal self for a bit. Well, I'll tell you what was weird. I was actually looking on a different screen. And to me, I looked normal, but like my beard was white. And I looked like Santa. I looked like Orange Santa. So imagine my surprise when I flipped back over to this screen and I was actually the Invisible Man. Oh, and Brian Zane. Kid Cadet. Do I know Kid Cadet? I feel like it's a name that I recognise. Kid Cadet. Oh, hang on. I'm missing all this. I don't know what they're doing. There's apparently... Oh. Okay. Right. Go to nationalwrestlingalliance.com and vote for who you want to be a wrestler. Don't vote me. Do not vote me. Right, what have we got coming up? Do it, Days! Right, they don't have to win. Have I seen Kid Cadet before? I've seen Brian Zane before. Brian Zane's awesome. Wrestling with Regret. Kid Cadet. Have I? I don't know. I'm going to sub, though. Yeah, I've seen this. This is one I've seen. This is the tag team one I've seen. Those are the guys that did the jumping off the barricade in the shopping mall. I vote Days. Days is NWA. I'm not sure about the kids promo. What's a Hawk's Airy? That's my question. What's a Hawk's Airy? Like, serious question. What's an airy hawk? And can you believe as well, that's his dad? Like, I swear, when I first saw him, I thought they were brothers. I'm not trying to hit on him, yeah? I'm not trying to get a date with the dad, but I'm just saying. His dad's got a much better promo. There might only be 2 matches. I don't think so. I don't think so, because I know I've seen this bit. This will go for about 10 minutes. And then the next one will only be 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. They don't look old enough to be father and son. I know. I thought that. How cool, though, that they are the only father and son tag team in professional wrestling. How cool is that? That's a great line. That is a great line. They are the ABCs and the XYZs. They don't just start something, they finish it. XYZ, 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 XYZ. Who's Luke? I don't know those guys. How cool is that? The blue meanie. The blue meanie. Maybe it is going to just be 2. Maybe, like, we're going to see the promo thing and then we're going to see, like, all of the... That's cool. It's cool hearing from different people. Armani Exchange. They do have colourful gear. I'm not sure. I've got to be honest. I don't like the name. I don't like the ring attire when they first... Well, the ring attire's all right, but I think when they first come out, it's a bit bland. I thought it was a bit bland. America's Got Talent. This is America's Got Talent. There we go. Look, they're showing the clip. That's what they're known for. XYZ. XYZ. There he is, look, Nikita Koloff. Absolute legend. We've seen Nikita Koloff before on Power. So there we go, we've got the Airy Hawks. I voted for wrestling. Don't vote for wrestling. I'm not even an option. You can't vote for me. He knows a little bit about tag team wrestling, this boy. Question Mark's got a match tonight. This is the kid that jumped off the mall. His dad is a stuntman. Oh, I didn't know that. How cool is this, though? So this is what I was saying before the show. You might be a little bit worried about it because these are people that we don't know. But it's in the Power studio. You've seen the clip of that kid in the shopping mall. And he went, you know, it was a viral clip. So you're going to see that tag team in action. And now you've got a legend, Nikita Koloff, coming out. Are you competing? Stage you are a legend. Shout out to you, George Osborne. Put figures in a microwave again. It did not go well the last time I did that, dude. So he's coached a tag team. Best kept secret in tag team wrestling. Dean and Neil. Dean and Neil. Here they are, look. I've had beers with Ivan and Nikita. No way. Are you sure you didn't have beers and thought you were then having beers with Ivan and Nikita? Because I had a few beers the other day and I swear I was having beers with Andre the Giant. Turned out to be Mama Days. Good promos. The best kept secrets in wrestling. I like how he says that. Coach K. Yeah, Coach K. Meanies. They look like they're going to destroy someone. Sean Ross. I don't remember doing that. I don't remember making that noise. Ooh! How to embarrass yourself in front of a lot of people. Send a video in of yourself going, ooh! Ooh! Nikita Koloff! Ooh! Why am I so cringe? Why can't I be cool? Do you know what I mean? Why can't I be sat there with like shades on and just like, do you know what I mean? Just acting really cool. Instead, loads of people have just seen me go, oh, oh, it's Nikita Koloff. Ooh. Are we live streaming Power tonight? It's not on, buddy. It's not on. It's been replaced. It's been replaced with the Circle Squared. Ooh, big boy. Hello, Huskus is a legend. Hope you are well. Power returns next week. And Melina, Thunder Rosa. On a conference call with a board member, and I am on days. I am super loser. Super winner. Days, you were on the NWA YouTube. I know, mate, and I was making a very bizarre noise. Do you know what I mean? You've got, like, Brian Zane and all the NWA kid all sat there being cool. Not this guy. Not this guy right here. Ooh! Question mark masks! Are they on? Have they put on question mark masks? Oh! Let's have a look. NWA shop. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Yes! Question mark masks! Question mark masks! Ah! They're available! They're available! Ah! Question mark! You can get them now? Oh my days! That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be sitting here in my question mark mask next week going, ooh! Yeah! Question mark, question mark, question mark. Na 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 na. Question mark masks. Ah. How much are they? $50? That's a bargain. I'll take 3. Can't believe it. Question mark masks. I don't know if I've ever been this happy. You can sit here like... That's all I'm going to do. That's my life now. I'm going to sit here making that noise, singing the anthem in a question mark mask. There is no way that you cannot tell me this has not been a success. For the fact that they've put question mark masks available on NWA Shop right now, for that reason alone. Honestly, I feel sick with excitement. Oh, question mark, question mark. Question mark. La 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 la. Vape Ross Vape says, I just tweeted you a picture of me and Ivan and Nikita. Oh, okay. OMG. They're available. They're finally available. Ooh. I can't believe I made that noise. Honestly. The thing was, I was in a rush because I did the UFC stream on Saturday night. Sunday night, we had the NXT TakeOver stream. I had like a very short window, what with the other bits that I had to do to get that reaction video done, edited, sent over. So I can't remember what I said or did. I didn't pay it like a great deal of attention when I sent it over. I certainly don't remember making that noise. Circle Squared. I can't believe the Mongrovian goodness. I have seen this already, so my thoughts on it are that I think that the Russian guys, if they are Russian, they really should have a name like the KGB or something like that. I think that they're really good psychology. I think they do a great job of keeping Baby Hawk away from Daddy Hawk. And I think there's some really good stuff there. I think that Hawk's Eerie are good. I think that the Baby Hawks promo needs a bit of work. I think that they're a fun team. I think that you can market them because they're father and son. Honestly, of the two, I'm going with the best kept secret. I actually think that the psychology they had, because it's not about who wins the match. I actually prefer the team that lost that one. Mongrovia. I have to have the sound turned down. KGB sounds like Shorty G. Days how. It's on Twitter. A good match needed some work. Yeah, it was a decent match, wasn't it? I'm gonna watch Wrestling Days on NWA YouTube soon. I don't know what that means. Scary Hawks! Daddy Hawks was on a WWE tryout match. Ah, very cool. I think both teams did well. I thought both teams genuinely did well. But if push came to shove and you had to give a contract, because that's what this is, I'd be going with the best kept secret team. I think they've got a great look. They've got Nikita Koloff as their manager. I think they had great in-ring psychology. I think everything they did was hard-hitting. I think they were a better promo because Baby Hawk's just need, I don't know, I mean, he's all right. But if you're making me choose... So I'd be going with best kept secret, but that's what, there you go, look. Who should get the contract? Who would you give it to? Who would you give it to? Okay. Atlanta. Wow! Gateway Center! Look at that! Wow, that's bigger than the Power Studio. A press conference on February 26th. Scary Hawks. I can't remember. Eerie Hawks, Scary Hawks. What's that? I still don't know what well, it's not an Eerie. It was Airy, wasn't it? I don't know. Scary Eerie Hawk. But I thought they did well. I really thought both teams did well. It's a tough one to choose. It's a real tough one to choose. There we go. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. So is that it for this week? Oh, no! It was one match! Oh, well, that hurts, doesn't it? That stings. I really thought we were going to get at least both of the matches. Well, in all fairness, I don't know if you heard, but the question mark mask is now available. So, you're not allowed to be disappointed. You're not allowed to be disappointed. Huskers will be well. Oh, it finished? I know. What did you think? Get your thoughts across. I tell you, I'm very surprised. I thought that they would at least put both of the matches in. But I don't know. I mean, it's lasted 25 minutes. So they've got a normal half an hour show out of it, you know? Perhaps they're trialing something. Perhaps they're trying to see do people like watching half an hour shows. Perhaps there's something in that, you know. Perhaps there's something in the amount of time that people watch for. So yeah, I mean it is disappointing. I'm being serious. Like you look forward to Power, and Power is an hour. And obviously this week the replacement was only half an hour long, so I do understand. But I do think it was a very good half an hour. I genuinely think it was a very good half an hour. I thought both teams brought something to the table. I think that it's not an easy decision as to who you would give the contract to. As I said, you know, I've made clear which way I would go, and for the reasons why I would go that way as well. But honestly, I don't think we've really seen everything from Hawks Airy. We know that they can do high flying and they can take risks. And we didn't really see too much of that in this. We didn't really see any high flying from Hawks Airy. We just saw Best Kept Secret doing some really good psychology, keeping Baby Hawks away from Daddy Hawks, Daddy Hawks comes in, cleans house, and pretty much done with the match. It was quite a straightforward match, not the longest match of all time, but gave us a taste of both teams. But I do feel like Hawks Aerie have actually got loads more to show. So it's not an easy decision as to which way that you would go on that one. But yeah, do you know what? I mean, I don't know when this is the NWA podcast are going to start, because I don't want to overrun them, but I'm guessing they'll probably start at a normal time. But if we actually put, who would you give the NWA contract to? Hawks. How do you spell this name? I genuinely don't know what that means. What's a Hawks Aerie? Is this something American that I don't know? I don't even know if I've spelt that right. Best kept secret? I still don't know if that's their name. I would call them KGB, right? If they were the KGB and they came walking out in that kind of, they've got Nikita Koloff as their manager. They've got black and red. Like, it's very Soviet Union. Is it just me? Or is anyone else getting like a really strong... It had the hand, the fist of power and control. So I was getting a really strong, like, Soviet Union vibe. Yeah, I would call them the KGB. I mean, they're called the best kept secret. Right, let's put that on for a couple of hours. Let's put it on for 12 hours. Who would you give the NWA contract to? Hawks, Aerie, or best kept secret? That poll is up on the channel now. It is available right now for you to have a little vote, have your say on which way you would go. I still have not bought the question mark mask yet, for anyone wondering. Do you know what? When I do finally buy the question mark mask, which I'm definitely doing because it's available now and it's still on my phone because I'm that excited, right? I'm going to look, I think, strangely similar, because I've got the, do you know what I mean? I've got the old bushy beard going here. And we've seen that he's got bits of, like, beard that sticks out under the mask. I think I'm going to look scarily similar to the question. I just need to put on a little bit of timber. Just a little bit of timber. And you would have thought that I would have changed the t-shirt, wouldn't you? That's a bit trampy. It is a bit trampy, isn't it? To still be wearing the same t-shirt as Sunday. Woo! I got to tell you, that half an hour did not go well for me. Did not go well for me at all. Question mark mask is amazing. It is. Days, look at the shirt I'm going to get. It's on Twitter. How much is it? It is. It's $49.99. $49.99. So not the cheapest in the world. But I think we can all agree the coolest. I've got a few notifications, but I told you Days was the question mark. What is timber? It's just, a little bit of girth. Should we? Oh, is that the right word? I don't know now. Timber. 8 out of 10. Get your scores in. Look, it was half an hour long, right? We all know it was half an hour long. I can sense just a tinge of sadness out there, because people want more. This is the problem that the NWA have got. They give you an hour, you want an hour and a half. They give you half an hour, you want an hour. They give you an hour and a half, you want 2 hours. Like, they're that good. It's that good. So, it's half an hour. It isn't Power. It's Circle Squared. I've got to be honest, I don't mind half an hour. Because I think that this is something that they're taking a gamble on, if you will. This isn't Power. It's potentially a second show that's going to run alongside Power. Do you want this second show to be an hour? Do you want an hour of people that you've not seen? Maybe the analytics say that people will sit down and watch it for half an hour, but maybe an hour is, just a little bit too long. I don't know. I would love to know your thoughts. I would genuinely love to know your thoughts. Get them in. Days, what superstar should I draw? Draw Stephanie McMahon. 5.57, 5, 6, 7. It was starting to just get interesting. I just saw a headline that JBL is going to go into the Hall of Fame. Ooh, I haven't heard that. Do you remember that William Regal dressed as Goldust and Goldust... you asked me this the other day, Ben? Yeah. 6 out of 10 says Huskers. 3 out of 10 says WFS Wrestling. Eric Haberman says, I wanted it to be 2 hours. George Osborne says, 1 out of 100,000. Perfect timing, I think, says Ringside Rant. Days, Seth is ripping off the Straight Edge Society. It could be, yep. There's theories out there that the glitch is to do with CM Punk, and also Seth's ripping off Straight Edge Society, and his t-shirt is very similar to a CM Punk t-shirt, so there's a few little teases in there that's kind of pointing that it could be a return for CM Punk, but, well, we've been down this road many, many times, so I'll believe it when I see it. The Hour of Power is too sweet. It is too sweet. 10 out of 10 because Days was on it. Thank you. Ooh. I'll never live that down. 9 out of 10 says Donnell. 7.69. 1.7 out of 3. 4 out of 10. I tell you, the scores are all over the place. I think we got people that are quite disappointed that it wasn't longer. We got people that kind of feel that for that show it was about the right length. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would score it, to be honest. I can't really score it. I'm not kind of, I don't know. I'm not copping out, but I've seen it before, so this isn't the first time I've seen it. So I would struggle to score it. But I think the fact that your scores are so wide kind of is very, very interesting. Got 4,000 viewers, strong rising, so it was short. What do you mean, buddy? Got 4,000 viewers strong, it was rising, so it was short. Oh, so what you're saying was that it had 4,000 viewers watching live, it was going up as well, and then they ended it. Well, I mean, look, it's really interesting stuff. Feel free. You know, I would urge, and we say this every single week, and there's a reason why we say this. Go onto Twitter, reach out to @NWA, reach out to @Lagana, right? Dave Lagana is the executive vice president, so reach out to him. He's always asking for people to DM him. So if you feel it was too short, there's a real easy, quick way that you can let them know, because they read messages. They will want to know what people thought of this. I saw this clip before, as I said. I really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that it wasn't just too bland. I gotta be honest, when I first heard about this, I was really worried it was going to be too bland people, teams, and I just wouldn't be able to get into it. But they did a really good job of bringing in a legend like Nikita Koloff. They had them do promos, and yeah, there was it was an interesting team because, of course, Hawks Aerie went viral just 6 days ago with that shopping centre thing, which some people thought was cool, some people really didn't like, but everyone had an opinion on it. So they're kind of like a great team to start off Circle Squared with, and then they're going up against the team that's trained by Nikita Koloff. So it's really interesting, I thought, way to start this series. I am surprised that they didn't go longer, but as you said, perhaps they're just trialing the half an hour, and if you don't like that half an hour thing, do it. Reach out to them, because I know they want to hear from you. I know that to be true. Days, Punk has grown his hair out long enough to slick it back. Very cool. Well, fingers crossed that we do get that. Fiend still gets Goldberg at Super Showdown to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 36. If he loses the Fiend title chances, we could watch Fiend Undertaker. AJ Styles Undertaker is the big rumor, so I think it's pretty much set that we are getting Fiend versus Roman. I feel quietly confident for that. Give me back the WWF ice cream bars. Well, they are in the shops now. They have actually brought them back. Not quite the same. I think they're cookie... What are they? I don't know what they're called. Ice cream cookie sandwich things. I don't think that's written on the box. Ice cream cookie sandwich things. But ice cream sandwiches. Is that it? Cookie ice cream sandwiches. Something along those lines. So they've got some. There's something. Just go to the shops. There's something in the shops that you'll like. Days, I wasn't complaining. 4,000 is a fact. Yeah, no, I know. I was trying to figure out what you were saying. So you were saying that 4,000 were watching, and it was climbing, and then they cut it off. I didn't think you was complaining. I understood what you were saying. Like it was getting good, or it was growing, and then they ended it. So it kind of, is definitely that. I think is a very interesting fact as to why it ended too soon. Rather than like, I love watching for an hour and it was only half an hour, which, is still important. I think the fact that the views were going up and then they ended it, I think is very, very interesting. So again, I would urge that you get in touch with them, because I assure you they would love to hear from you. How long will you stay? Let me have a look, actually, because the one thing I don't want to do, there's two things I want to do. I don't want to overrun This Is the NWA podcast. And second thing, I really want to buy a question mark mask. So I'm going to have a look and see when they're starting. This is the NWA podcast, because I'll just end, you know me, I'll quite happily talk for as long as I need to. Well, at the moment, have they got one set up? No, he's got Stranger set up. So it looks to me like they haven't got their stream set up just yet. So I'm guessing they're going to start normal time. So I think what we'll do is we'll stick around for 20 minutes if you want. I'm quite happy to still stick around and just talk about WWE, talk about NWA. Next week we've got Melina against Thunder Rosa, seemingly. I'm not sure if Thunder Rosa agreed, but Melina says that she can decide when there's going to be championship matches and stuff like this. So it seems like we're going to be getting that next week, which is going to be amazing. And there was a nice little conversation today, actually, between Thunder Rosa and Alundra Blaze. Like, legit two of my all-time favorites. Like, one of, if not my favorite current wrestler, Thunder Rosa. It's hard because, like, Asuka's right up there as well. Asuka's always going to be up there. And, of course, the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. But Thunder Rosa is in the conversation. So, let's say one of my favorites at the moment. And one of my all-time favorites, like Alundra Blaze, having a conversation on Twitter earlier today. And I was able, because I'm quite cheeky, I was able to just slip into the conversation and just say like how much I basically respected them both, and they both liked my comment. It was like it's kind of I'm never someone that's like that bothered by like likes and stuff, but that one today I was buzzing. But I'm not gonna lie, I was buzzing. That one meant a lot to have like both Thunder Rosa and Alundra Blaze like the same tweet, because basically I said like they were both legends, because they are. That was cool. That was really cool. Wrestling Days fan says, I want to see Brock Lesnar versus The Fiend one day. Brian is the best says, I'm going to go to the UK takeover in Dublin. Very cool. Have fun. Mr. E Face says Thunder Rosa is the greatest. Are you blushing? I'm not blushing. I'm actually really warm. There's been a storm here in the UK. Storm Dennis which we spoke about the other day, the fact that that's the least scary Storm name ever, Dennis. But we've had Storm Dennis. So it's really cold and it's raining all the time. And it's just, I've got the fire on, but I think I've put it a bit too close. And now I feel like I'm melting. So, yeah, I might go and turn it off. But in all fairness, we're only around for about 18 minutes. So I'll just sit here sweating. 3 minutes till the NWA podcast show, is it? What, they're starting a bit early, are they? Are they? I just had a look. Oh, they are, you know. Okay. Elder Sour says no spoilers, but those were not even the best matches for Circle Squared. Ooh. Well, I've only seen one other match. So, yeah, I can't quite comment. Well, there we go. I'm not going to overrun. This is the NWA podcast, so we'll stick around for another couple of minutes. And then I would urge that you jump over to those guys. Check out This Is the NWA podcast. Days versus Asuka in a Brava and Panties match. Yes. Days, according to WrestleVotes, NWO won't be the only 2-time Hall of Famers going in this year. Do you like the Otis and Mandy storyline? Yes and no. I was kind of into it, but I kind of felt like what we got on Valentine's Day was too short. Like, Otis, we saw him getting ready. He finally walks in. There's Mandy with Dolph Ziggler. His heart breaks and he leaves. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I wanted more than that. So I'm into it. I've got a horrible feeling it's just going to lead to a match between him and Dolph. And I don't know. I feel like it's starting to wobble now, if I'm being honest. Days, have you seen Major League Wrestling? I've seen a little bit of MLW, but not a great deal. Shout out to me and my fiance Stacy. No problem. Shout out to Gareth, Andrew, and Stacy. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, Brian, we are going to finish in a minute because those guys are about to start. We'll wait for them to start. Like, they, got about a minute or so. This is the NWA live stream, started an hour ago. No, that was their previous one. They've got a post-show stream that starts. In all fairness, they do normally start at 15 minutes after the show ends. Of course, this was only half an hour this week, so it does make sense for them to be starting it right now. Cheers for all that Otis build-up. It was such a waste. It was a waste. Well, I mean, look, we don't know what it's going to be leading towards. Okay, they've got their countdown, so we do need to wrap it up. Days, do you think Bo Dallas is the glitches on SmackDown? Could be Bo, could be Killer Cross, could be CM Punk. It could be any of those. Do you remember William Regal? Yes, Ben Russell. Yes, I do. MLW has been pretty good quality. Not the best, but it's still enjoyable. Days, we'll have to check out Circle Squared later. Missed it, didn't realise it was half an hour. Oh, none of us did, dude. We all thought it was going to be an hour, but it's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. Right, friends, that is it. We're done. I would stick around, but this is the NWA podcast starting, and you know my love for those guys. Jump over to them. And check them out, and you might not have seen them before, but they're super passionate, super knowledgeable, and they really do know their stuff when it comes to the NWA. And interestingly enough, they were there in the crowd when this was being filmed, so they might be able to give you some like backstage or kind of gossip, so I don't know. So yes, go and check them out, and we're back tomorrow. I think that's everything. I need to go and buy a question mark mask. Like, that needs to happen. I'm very serious about that, right? So I've got to go. So thanks a lot for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the stream anyway. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.